Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dear darling, as you see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today in our classic recording past midnight for no apparent reason. Yeah, what are we gonna talk about today? I don't know, to be honest. But that is something we are going to figure out. What song have I got stuck in my head right now? I've got Blazing Heart from Genshin Impact stuck in my head. I won't sing it right now because it's my throat's a bit. And my throat is fine, I would say. I still have like an incredibly runny nose, but I'm also like it's past midnight, so you know, let's keep chill. But anyway, good evening everyone. I'm here on a late night broadcast. Hope you can make it through this. Back right now in Fawnhallow, it's 12:10 a.m. on what should be Friday, September 26th, 2025. Yeah, I don't know what else to say, to be honest. Anything? Well, I suppose tomorrow, actually, or today, we're planning to go see a movie and to go see A Long Walk, Stephen King. I've heard it's pretty good. You know, this is where we look at Rotten Tomatoes. A Long Walk. Like, I heard both the book is very good. Like, it's like a friend's like favourite Stephen King book. It's got 88%. So that's pretty good, to be honest, all things considered. I know conceptually what it's about. I don't know what vibe-wise it's going to be like, but I guess that's kind of for us to discover. Otherwise, what should we talk about? Trying to think. Let me think. I guess it's time to go back to a random topic in a hat or something. As I was trying to think of a good thing to talk about, you know? A good basis for a conversation. It's a really random one. I guess a very tiny thing I could say, which I think I mentioned, but I'm not sure if I've already spoken about, is from that spa day I had last Friday, so a week ago now, which was celebration of my birthday, so I got gifts. One of the things my friends got me was a personalised embroidered, now I always get this wrong, which is what the conversation topic is going to be about, bathrobe? Which makes sense because we're in a spa, so that's what I used. It's embroidered, it's got my like initials on it with like very pretty looking sunflowers. It's like a big patch on it. It was done by like not someone I've met, but like a friend's connection, shall we say. And they've also like done like embroidery for me before for my birthday, but my friend has also like commissioned them to do. Namely, I say these, you're not going to be able to see them, but I think on my windowsill, although not very fallen off, I need to check actually, but some Animal Crossing patches. Like they made me an Animal Crossing me and Lily, who is my favourite Animal Crossing villager. Anyway, the bathrobe's very nice, but what I'm going to talk about is almost completely unrelated to it. Well, I would say entirely unrelated to the personalisation aspect of it. But for a very long time, and I still get it wrong now, I get like bath gown, dressing gown, and nightgown confused in my head, and it was something that I thought they were all interchangeable with each other, and it was only until I was like in sitcom, like 18 or something, I found out it wasn't. When I was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna like pop on my nightgown or something, and then my friend was like, what? And then I was like, do you mean dressing gown? And I was like, I don't know, like aren't they the same? Turns out I'm not. So let's see, bath gown or bathrobe, I suppose. Because no, that's it. I thought bathrobe, dressing gown, and nightgown or nightrobe. I thought these were all the same, but they're not, supposedly. Because a nightgown is not. So I mean, bath gown, I guess, and dressing gown are pretty similar. These sort of like robe-like things which you pop over after a bath or something, instead of putting on clothes or whatever, or you wear over like a swimsuit, who knows. I mean, a nightgown is literally like a night dress, like pyjama style sort of thing. But yeah, but I guess now I'm looking at it, it looks like a night robe. It's probably what I was thinking of, but night robes are different. They look like they're made of like a sort of satiny silk material. While dressing gown or bath gown looks like we're made out of like towel like material, and dressing gown is just made out of like some sort of cotton, soft cotton or something. I don't know the difference between all this. Let's see. Bathrobe versus night robe versus dressing robe or whatever. The difference between a dressing gown and a night bathrobe. Some key differences, but often used interchangeably. Dressing gowns are often made from lightweight materials such as cotton and silk made by sash or belt, while a bathrobe is meant to be after a bath to absorb moisture from the body. Because they're like a towel, aren't they? Right? But they're basically used interchangeably. What? Oh, this is a comma for a pound sign, I assume. A comma for a decimal. But they had some recommended here, and it said 382,00, and I read that immediately. It's 382,000, and I was like, what? But no, it's £382, which is still extremely expensive. It's insane. £500 for a linen bathrobe? I must have found myself onto some sort of designer thing. Batterina. I don't even know what Batterina is, but it sounds like a designer luxury brand or something. I spelled it wrong. It's a football player. Okay. Fair enough. What does Wikipedia say? Bathrobe. Wikipedia. It's probably got one. Bathrobe, dressing gown. See also, bathrobe, also known as a dressing gown. You know, you can see how I get them confused. The dressing gown they have on here is very different from a bathrobe though. A kalat. I don't know what a kalat is. It's an Arabic loose, long-sleeved outer silk or cotton robe. Fair enough. Toga banyan. I'm just learning about all sort of like morning gown, okay, or nightgown. See, this is confusing. We have too many similar words all for the same things. Like a nightgown. Wikipedia is a night dress. I mean, a dressing gown is also kind of like a dress, but can also be a robe, which is a bathrobe, which is different from a dressing robe. Maybe dressing robe isn't even a thing. Dressing gown. It's just crazy. Bathrobe, also known as house coat or dressing gown. I mean, dressing gown, also known as house coat and morning gown. Just completely different things. Anyway, yeah, I don't really remember much of a conversation when I said I was going to put my nightgown and then, or night dress or something, and then that's when I found out that's a different thing from bathrobe. Is that an uneventful story, you might say? Yes it is. But it's one I randomly remember. Because even now, like, it's the sort of thing where it's like, I know I get them confused, but now you try and this is a very relatable thing, I'm sure, where you know you remember something wrong, so but your instinct is always to remember it the wrong way. So you remember to yourself, okay, my instinct's always to remember the wrong way, so my first instinct is wrong. But eventually you come to a point where you actually start remembering it correctly. I mean, you doubt yourself, like, which way round it is. I think I've got that with bathrobe, nightgown as well right now, where I always like be like, am I trying to say dressing robe or nightgown or something? I think dressing robe at least is easier, because when I say dressing robe now, I've conditioned my brain to think of like a Hollywood style or something in my dressing room, like in a dressing gown, like getting ready with makeup or something, as opposed to before when I would just think of like a generic like bathrobe. But still, I still gotta think about nightgown. Well, it's not nightgown unless I'm talking literally about a night dress, which is the same as a nightgown. That's a different thing. So it's a thing where it's like, I know I remember it wrong, But the thing I remember I know is wrong is the fact they're all the same, but not all the same. But I always forget which one is the different one. It's nightgown, and technically I guess dressing robe and bathrobe are slightly different from each other, but whatever. We're splitting hairs, I think, at that point. You know, let's get the very different one out of the way first. Yeah. Anyway, and it's crazy because I don't really have like a night dress or something. I should probably get one, to be honest. But the thing is, in my mind, I'm like, if I'm gonna get a night dress, I'm gonna get like a nice one, like a silk one. But those are like really expensive. I think like silk night dress probably costs like 100 or something pounds, which is, I mean, like you might as well buy like a very nice one. 1,600. Okay, well I think this is a luxury brand. What about Marks and Spencer's, huh? £40. Okay, but it's not nearly as expensive as I thought it was. There's only 4 items here though. I mean, none of these are dresses. They're like camisoles or something. Oh, it's no, hold on. Camisole is not what I want. No, it's what I want. The word I want. Okay, I mean, to be fair, when I was younger, I was like, oh, £60 on pyjamas, I can't justify that. I'm just going to go to Primark or something and buy like £5 pyjamas. I don't know, maybe I should get one at some point. But I've been using the same sort of like bathrobe, or I should say actually the one I have is not really a bathrobe, it's more of a dressing robe, I think, or dressing gown, sorry, for years, mainly because it's just so plush and so soft, and it's actually very warm. So I apologise to my friend, I'm not using the bathrobe as my dressing gown. Oh my gosh, I nearly got it wrong again. But I will use it for when I like go like swimming or go to a spa again or something like that, because it's made out of like a very towel-like material, so it dries you off very quickly. The one I've got, I'm not wearing at the moment, but we'll probably change into after this, does not dry off very quickly. It's more soft. It's more comfort. You know, dry you off and then put it on. But the bathrobe is nice at least, because it's good that it's made out of towel, because my hair's very long. So now then I can like drape it over the back of a bathrobe, and I don't need to worry about it like soaking through to my back or something, because it's like the same as like putting a towel on your back or something to prevent your wet hair from, well, not sticking to you, but you know what I mean. Like dripping down your back or something. Anyway, bathrobe, dressing gown, nightgown, 3 different things, but not all the same thing. For whatever reason, this has been like I was going to say lyrical, that's the wrong word, lexicographical gap in my memory of knowledge. You know why? I couldn't possibly even tell you when it happened, why it happened. It just happened one day, you know. Just happened one day where I was just like, clearly I locked into an idea of something, and that was it. My brain refused to even try and learn it properly. Or to be fair to my brain, didn't even realise it learned it wrong. That's probably what it makes it a little bit more difficult, I would say. It's a bit difficult to unlearn something you didn't know you learned wrong until you're made aware of it. I don't know why that memory sticks so randomly in my brain, you know? It's just one of my random memories. Of being like, oh yeah, this is, I don't know, for some reason, I just remember that I remembered it wrong. And I don't know why I remember even the moment I found out I learned it wrong. Because that's so random as well. Such a really specific, wild thing to remember now. Like I kind of remember the one learning about epitome and epitome, which I thought were the same that words which had the same meaning between them, but were actually the same word. It's a very wild time. Thinking back to things like these. What do I do with this information? Nothing, really, to be honest, but... It's just... I don't know. It's just odd. Like, you would have thought by now, because the amount of times I've been to myself being like, wait, bathrobe, dressing gown, nightgown, or bath gown, dressing gown, nightgown. I've been like, which one's which? Think about it. Bath gown is after bath. Dressing gown is when you're dressing yourself. Nightgown is when it's nighttime. You would have thought it'd be so self-explanatory. But for whatever reason in my head, it's not. It's like my brain is too ingrained in my brain now. But it overwrites to think about the logical definition of something. It just goes immediately to the connection of a meaning. And I need to sever that connection so I can rebuild it again. And make a new definition for where thus it should connect to. But alas, easier said than done. And by easier said than done, I mean difficult done. Full stop. But it wasn't really much else after that. Anyway, on that note, I think I'll wrap this episode up here because I have nothing else to talk about. So, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time. Bye-bye for now.